Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon version 2 tutorial series. Is my mic working? Seems like it is. Okay, so what we're going to do today is a little small video, just a request video on getting the Pokemon to blink, and I decided to add all of the eye states, well, the images at least. So inside the description there will be a link and it will contain a folder and it will have all of these in it. So you can open up that folder, go to your Pokemon materials folder, Charmander, textures, and you can import all of these textures just like that. Okay, then what we're going to do is go to our materials, Pokemon materials, Charmander, and go to his eye material, and your one would have just been a texture in here. You want to delete that and right click and type in texture and just scroll down until you find a texture sample parameter 2D, and we'll call this eye. Okay, we'll just plug that into base color and we'll set this to Charmander's eye, so it's just called eye TGA, the normal one. Let's save it. Now we've kind of got like all these different eye states in here, for blinking, for tired, for taking a hit, for being sad, happy, battle ready, or yeah. This one we can get rid of. Two battle ready eyes for some reason. Okay, now we can go to our Pokemon folder, blueprints, actors, Pokemon Charmander, open him up, and we can make another graph. We can just call this eye graph, because we're going to have a few different functions in here that we will want to call at different times. So on event begin play right here, we want to drag off and we want to say create dynamic material instance, and we'll call this eye material. Just, it's an optional name, you don't need to do anything for that. And we can drag off here a bit, and we can drag in our mesh and drag off of the mesh and say get material index. Nope. We'll get a material, and the material that we'll get will be at index 1, because that's our eyes material, and that'll be the parent. Sorry that took so long, my wife was talking to me. And then we'll promote this to a variable, and we'll call this dynamic eye material, and then we'll go to our eye graph. Okay, compile, and we'll make a custom event here, and we'll call this blink. And when we blink, what we're going to want to do is get our dynamic eye material and set texture parameter value. That parameter value will be our eye, and we'll set it to blink. So we'll set it to have a blink, and we'll have a delay. 0.2 seconds should be fine, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing but set it back to what it should be, well, to open eyes. And we'll have states eventually that we'll have a check on here to see, okay, we are in battle, we were happy, we were sad, and we would set it to that instead of the normal state. But for now, we're just going to set it to the normal state. This is just a quick example video. I'm hoping to have a lot more time on the weekend, and then we'll do a delay. This delay will be of maybe, I don't know, we can make it 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds he'll blink. You could make this a random float or something, but for now I'm just making it 3 seconds. And then we want to add a reroute node and just reroute it back over here, so it's just always calling. Okay, just clean that up a little bit, and there we go, compile. So on event begin play, we're going to call blink, and they will always be blinking. Okay, so let's go. That's just a skeletal mesh. It has no blueprint code in it. So let's go pick up our charmander, who does have code in him, and see if he blinks. Oops, I forgot we added a selection, so if we aren't selected on a Pokemon, we would be catching Pokemon or something like that. Let's see, is he blinking? 3 seconds. Where's your blink, dog? He should be blinking. Doesn't seem to be, for some reason. Let's go to our graph and let's see what's happening. Parameter is I, that's called I. Okay, what we could do is actually set the material each time, I guess. That'll do fine. So we can get rid of this whole thing here. We'll keep blink over there. We're still going to call blink. We won't need a dynamic material. We can just delete its reference. We can delete it. Okay, and we'll delete these texture parameter values. And then we'll have to go to our Pokemon folder, materials, Pokemon materials, Charmander, and this I material, we can just duplicate it. We'll call this blink I. Maybe Charmander blink I would be better, because we're going to have a couple of these. Blink I char. And we'll just open it up and we'll set this texture to blink. I don't know why the parameter things weren't working. It should have worked. Maybe it's a setting I have in here, but for now we'll just do it this way. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go back to our Charmander blueprint once it finishes saving. And now we are here. So what are we going to do? We're going to drag out our mesh. We're going to say get material. Or maybe we'll just set it. I think we can do that. So set material at index 1, and we'll set it to that blink material. So blinking I char. And we'll duplicate this and do exactly the same thing, but again we'll set it to a normal I material. It's blues, that's reds, it's oaks, it's green. I gotta find Charmander's eye. That one. Okay. Now I can plug our mesh into the target, plug that into the delay, and holding thumbs, all goes well. So we can push play, go get our Charmander. And these eye textures are really easy to make. You just cut out the eye and the PNG in Paint or whatever and swap them around to be the first one. And I have to select Charmander again. So come on, open ball, there we go. And 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's swapping a little bit too fast. We could set this to 1, leave that on 3, so it'll be on the blink eye material for 1 second. And we didn't call this actually, so it might have just been working exactly the way I wanted it to, but now we get a longer view of it anyway. So yeah, on this weekend, tomorrow or Sunday, I'm hopefully going to this Charmander. I called him back, so I don't know why the aiming's gone all weird. Come on, Charmander. There you go, he's blinking. He is now blinking. So 1, 2, 3, blink, and there you go. So now the Charmander is a blinker. Great stuff. We might as well, while we're doing this video, just add a behavior tree to our Pokemon. So let's go to our Pokemon folder, blueprints, actors, Pokemon, And inside here we're going to make a new folder. We'll call this AI, and we'll open this up and we'll make another folder. We'll call this charmander, because each one's going to have their own tree. And inside of here we're going to have artificial intelligence behavior tree. We'll call this charmander behavior. We'll open that up. We'll make a new blackboard, and we'll just use that blackboard. Should be this one. We'll just rename it to charmander blackboard. Make sure that's the one that's selected, which it is, which is great. And we'll add a new key, and we'll call this in battle, question mark. And we'll add another one, we'll call this play location, and another one called random location. Alright, we'll go over to our behavior tree, and we have to make some tasks. Let me just weigh how long this is going to take. First we can go back to our AI thing inside the charmander thingy, and we'll go blueprint class and type in your AI controller, and we'll make one of those, and we'll call this charmander AI controller. And we also need to check if he's owned, so inside the blackboard we can make another bool variable called owned. For now they're all going to be owned, so we're not going to use that variable, but we can make it. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is go to our charmander, go charmander self, or charmander self. On this AI controller class we're going to use this charmander AI controller, and compile. And then we'll go over to our behavior tree, and we'll make a new task. So we'll just use the blueprint task base, and I'll say event receive execute AI, and we're going to check and see if we're in battle. So we'll cast to base Pokemon, get I wonder if we've got a variable for that yet. Let's go over, look, see. So Pokemon, base Pokemon, let's see if we have one. No, we don't. No, we do not. So maybe we can check it off of our player, which would be fine, I guess. So delete that, and we'll say get player controller, and then we'll say get controlled pawn, and we'll cast to our player base, plug that in, and then what we're going to do is get battle, get in battle. I don't know where we stored this. Is in battle. So we'll get is in battle, and then we'll say set blackboard value as bool, and plug that in and promote the key to a variable, and I'll call this battle question mark, plug that in, make it editable, and call finish execute, and we'll make it a success always. So then back in the behavior tree, first gonna have to go back to our Pokemon AI folder, Charmander, and rename this. We'll call this battle check, and we can use this for all of the Pokemon, luckily. and then we'll call that task. So we'll have a sequence, and then we'll have that task being called, battle check, and then we'll have a selector, and off of the selector I wonder, let me check out I think we might have to come back to this. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So we'll have him check him if he's in battle, and if he's not in battle, we'll have him running to us. So we'll add a decorator, blackboard decorator, and we'll check if in battle is not set. So if in battle is not set, then we'll go through. Okay. And what we want to do then is find the player's location. So we'll make a new blueprint task, and we'll say event execute event receive execute. Event. I wasn't planning on doing this, so if it doesn't work, I'm sorry. Event receive execute AI, and then we're gonna get our player controller, and we'll get the control pawn, and then we'll get the actor's location. And we'll go next up. We'll say set blackboard value as vector, and we'll set it as that, and then we'll promote this key to a variable, and we'll call this player location, and we'll make it editable and plug this into the event receive execute, and then call finish finish execute and call success. Okay. Off of here, we're going to call that new task. So pretty sure it's that one. Yeah. I'll name it now. We'll just call this get player location. Okay. So then we'll get the player location, and we'll call move to. We'll move to the player's location, and the acceptance radius will be 25, and then we'll call a wait, and we'll wait for 5 seconds. Okay. So if he's not in battle, then this stuff will happen. Now we need to open up Charmander's AI controller, go to the event graph, on event begin play, say run behavior tree. And the behavior tree we're going to run is Charmander's behavior tree. And that's about all we're going to do. Now we can kind of test this out. Maybe, hopefully, I mean, we shouldn't be in battle. So let's have a look, see how it goes. Let's throw Charmander out. Oh, I didn't select Charmander again. Oh, there we go. I did. Whatever. I think there's a nav mesh here. Should be walking. Let's have a look, see. So Charmander's behavior tree is implemented. Changes to the sequence. And we'll add that same check. So blackboard, we'll check if battle is not set, and if battle is not set, we will do these things. If it's set in battle, if battle is not set, then we'll go through. Okay, save. Let's have a look, see how this is running, if it's running at all. So we spawn in our Charmander, And he's coming to us now. Yay! So it works. We just need it to be on a sequence. I don't like these sequence and selector things, but yeah. So now if we go into battle, he should actually stop following us. So let's test that out. Here comes Blue. Come on, Blue. You get stuck. Okay, let's just test that out quickly. So just a little video on getting your Pokemon to do some more personal things as requested. And you can make eye materials for all the different eye thingies that I sent to you. That would be smart. I'll obviously do it as we go, so when we're in battle I'm going to set it to the in battle eye material. And yeah, so there we go. He's not following us anymore. Because he's in battle, and now he will only want to battle. So I did a cool twirly whirly scratch because my animation skills aren't the greatest. And then over comes Squirtle. And we still haven't done Squirtle's animations. I'm hoping to get Squirtle and Bulbasaur and this silly little first battle out of the way by Sunday. So see you guys then, and have a good one, guys. Cheers.